Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our daily MLB pitching preview show. Right now we're looking at the card for Wednesday, July 22nd, and we're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy, has this been your most successful baseball season ever in your career at your site?
No, sir, but it's been more successful than I would say literally 97% of the handicappers out there. Not necessarily my best, but better than everyone else's. And I will say it's probably been consistent. Of course, we've had some losing streaks, but it's been very clinical dissecting the bookmakers. I don't keep accurate enough records to say how many winning weeks I've had each year, but probably as few losing weeks as I've ever had.
Well, those are the results that you would have gotten this year if you'd been consistently fading Kyle Losh, start in and start out, right? He's had kind of a nightmare season, and he's still in the rotation, though. He's going to be at home against Cleveland. I said that I like betting on Cleveland when they're facing vulnerable righties. I liked them when they were facing DeSclafani, and that paid off. The game against Garza hasn't happened yet, but you know that I'm looking to fade them in that one. And here they are again, facing Kyle Losh, nightmare season. Cleveland, a decent lineup, potent lineup against struggling righties. And on the other side, Cody Anderson, his strikeout, he doesn't really get a lot of strikeouts, but he's had 4 starts so far. All of them have been excellent. Is Milwaukee going to hit Anderson, or do you think we'll see another strong start from him here against Milwaukee?
He has been pitching well. He's the first pitcher in the modern era to open a career with 4 straight starts of at least 6 2/3 innings and no more than 1 run allowed. So when these guys come up sizzling hot, I just say ride it until the offenses catch up with him, and he has been unconscious. And in addition, everything you said about Losh, he's got my favorite kind of splits where he's actually worse at home than he is on the road. And that's really where you can exploit value at home. He's got an 8.06 ERA, 13 home runs in just 10 starts. So this would appear to be a humongous pitching mismatch and maybe even decent value because Losh is even worse on the road. And Anderson, look, he's not yet a big name, but he has been unconscious.
And then another guy who might get hit is Ivan Nova starting for the Yankees. He's not looking that good. His velocity is down. He's going to be at home against Baltimore. Baltimore has, they also have a quality lineup that can definitely take advantage of pitchers who aren't on their top game. That looks like Nova right now. Do you expect a big day offensively from Baltimore against Nova here?
Most likely, Nova, he's not a very good pitcher. He is 5-3 against the Orioles, but he's not a heck of a pitcher. Really, this is one of those games where I didn't have any major check mark, next to it as far as a big pitching advantage, but as far as I can see, no reason to go with Nova.
And then Jose Fernandez, right? This guy came back from the disabled list and is just sharp as ever. Has not missed a beat at all. Exactly as dominant as he was when we last saw him. He's going to be on the road at Arizona. Arizona does have a lineup that can easily be held down. Robbie Ray on the other side has been pitching pretty well, not as well as Fernandez. What's your take on this pitching matchup?
Well, Fernandez, of course, off of the DL, he's a stud pitcher and he has been pitching very well. But Robbie Ray is having one of those quiet, under-the-radar, tremendous years. He's got a 2.29 ERA. He's given up 2 runs or fewer in 7 of his last 9 starts. I know that Fernandez does have the better arm, but really Robbie Ray, because he has been healthy, he's the guy who's been tremendous this year. But I do think at the end of the day, it's going to be a very low-scoring game. We may have only about 5 runs scored in this game, so the under looks pretty strong, even with a low total.
Well, those are my favorite games as of now for a Wednesday, July 22nd. I think Nova's going to get hit, and I think Kyle Losh is going to get hit. What else would you like to bring to our attention from Wednesday, July 22nd, Joe?
The Braves' Julio Teheran, he's had as good of as compelling of splits as anybody has. 2.18 home ERA, 0.99 whip compared to 6.95 on the road and a 1.78 whip, but he is pitching at home, so he's in a good spot. But Kyle Kendricks, also for the Cubs, going against Cincinnati, just 1 earned run over his last 20 innings pitch, and it's going to be tough to fade him at this point. And speaking of home road splits, Noah Syndergaard, another pitcher who's been substantially better at home. These young pitchers tend to do that. 1.73 home ERA, but his road ERA is 4.73. So, Syndergaard, go with him at home, go against him on the road. And, Colin McHugh, another one of these guys going back to last year, has been as good as any pitcher in baseball, and it's almost impossible to fade him, a Houston stud, at this point.
All right, Joe, thanks for those thoughts. That's definitely interesting to maybe fade Syndergaard because the Mets don't have much in their lineup, but because of Syndergaard, Washington will be probably just a very small favorite in that one. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks so much.